Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Back of the Pack here on the Backmarkers podcast, rated 5 stars on Apple Podcasts by Forza Ferrari. They say, I love this. I miss when they were gay for each other. It's the best F1 podcast I've listened to. Very entertaining. Thank you so much for the review, Forza Ferrari, and we're so glad to have you here with us. Anyways, today, ladies and gents, we're going to be talking about the Singapore Grand Prix and all of the drama surrounding it. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's get into our crowns and our clowns. Zane, you can take it away.
For me, my crown this week is something unprecedented, something that's never come out of my mouth before. My crown is McLaren.
I saw that, and I'm wondering why. Why McLaren? Because they're in a lot of hot water right now.
I'm aware.
All right.
I'm saying McLaren for two reasons. Number one, because they won the Constructors' Championship. Like, fair play.
Fair point.
You know, they win the crown. Second of all, for the first time in a long time, I've seen no bullshit, shut up and drive McLaren, which has been refreshing. Because recently, I haven't been a fan of their shenanigans. But after this weekend, I was like, you know what, McLaren? I'm not the biggest fan, but I really fuck with you this weekend. That's my crown.
That's a hot take. I feel like a lot of people are saying, like, the biggest take is justice for Oscar. Oscar got screwed. Like, it's not fair. I'm in agreement with you. I'm so glad that we're finally at the point where it's like, fuck the papaya rules. Because they've won the Constructors. I don't know if the team's still going to try and do some bullshit, but the drivers aren't anymore. They're not going to listen if the team tries. So
exactly, and you know, it's fairly rich coming from me, and you know that I've really thought this through, because as you know, Graham, if you're going to categorize me as a Piastri fan, according to your logic, it's because I'm just not a Piastri fan. I'm a Lando disliker.
That's not all of the Piastri fans, okay, but it is a solid percentage of them.
For the people that aren't a McLaren fan, like, I feel like it's a big category, and I fall into that. I'll put my hands up and I'll admit that. So it could be so easy for me to say, poor Piastri, he's been done dirty, whatever. Because if it was the other way around, I probably would be saying that. But this time, I'm putting my foot down, I'm saying, you know what? Fuck it. Like, as much as I rate Piastri, I'm also a logical fan, kind of. And I fuck with that. So, yeah.
That's a very mature take that I wish I've heard more of in the past day, but that seems to be an unpopular opinion, as unfortunate as it is. People have been wishing for real racing all season, and now they get it, and now everyone's upset. So it's ridiculous. So,
you know it's bad when I start talking sense as well. That's when you know things are getting bad.
Exactly. So, do you want to go on to your crown, or do you want me to hit my clown first?
Or should we just clown at the same time?
Yeah, that is true. All right, say your clowns in 3, 2, 1. Oscar Piastri. Yeah, Oscar Piastri kind of made a fool of himself, if you asked me. A lot of people, again, I think this is kind of a hot take, but a lot of people are very upset with how Oscar Piastri was treated and are saying that his yapping was justified, and they don't see a problem with it. What do you think?
You know what? There's a part of me that can kind of understand where he's coming from, because, you know, the things that he's had to deal with, the things that he's been, like, given as well, just the whole McLaren, the way that they've been operating in the past couple races. There's always going to be a chance that they say, oh yeah, you know what, Oscar, you're right, we can switch around, whatever. There was always a chance of that happening, given like the recent run of form. But ultimately they didn't decide that, and he was just made to look like a bit of a moaning whinger. A moaning whinger.
That's a nice word. It's a nice word. I like that.
I don't know if it's a said thing. I kind of just made it up on the spot. I freestyled that a little bit. Yeah, he the most nonchalant guy on the grid went to being the most chalant guy on the grid. He lost all his non.
That's what I said in my video. I was like, Oscar Piastri leaked a lot of aura this weekend.
Yeah.
Massive
Yeah.
aura leak from the guy. Because I can understand if it's like once or twice, like, hey, like that was unfair. Am I gonna get the position back? But he just kept going, and it's like,
Yes.
dude, shut the
Exactly.
fuck up and drive.
No,
And
fair enough.
I think it should be noted, although you can dig into the nitty gritty of this and point fingers however you want, because there's so much shit that you can create whatever narrative you want at this point for McLaren. But it should be noted that Lando has never asked for team orders, ever. And I know that plays into the narrative that McLaren is favoring Lando Norris, but the only person who has asked for team orders is Oscar Piastri. And
In
it's
Barcelona,
happened.
what happened there?
Barcelona. What happened?
Yeah.
What was Barcelona? I don't
Maybe
even
I'm
remember.
waffling, but I feel
I don't-
like something happened in Barcelona. I think I'm waffling.
Well,
There's
I
like
have a list here, which I can actually get into a little bit. Because I'm working on this video for I told you before the show that the whole timeline of papaya rules, and Barcelona is not on here, but I could be missing something. Like for 2025, I have Australia, where they ordered fighting between the two to be on pause while dealing with lapped traffic. Then Japan, where Oscar essentially asked for a position swap to go chase Max,
Yeah.
and they denied it. Then I have Canada, which is just the crash, no team orders given, no warning given to Lando.
Yeah.
Austria, where we had really good racing, and Oscar got a warning after sending several dive bombs.
Yeah.
Then we have Silverstone, where Oscar got the penalty, asks for a position swap, and was denied.
Yeah.
Hungary, where Lando got lucky on the radical strategy and ended up stealing a win from Oscar. And then Monza, which the pit stop thing,
Yeah.
and Singapore. But Barcelona, who even won that race this year? I can't even tell you. It was, this was Verstappen Russell. The banging into the
Oh yeah, that's
car.
why I finished 10th.
Yeah, because of the penalty.
Oh yeah. I've just read I asked ChatGPT. Oscar Piastri started from pole position and held the lead throughout most of the race. Yeah.
So there was
which is
nothing,
boring.
I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Glad we got that squared away. But yeah, there's all of these, instances. And I have found that there is never an instance where from 2024 to 2025, I left out the 2024 ones because there's only like 4. But there is no instance where someone has asked for team orders and gotten them. And there is also no instance of Lando Norris asking for team orders. I just never really realized that until I did this research. So that's some fun trivia for you. All of the team orders that have actually gone into place have been not requested by the drivers. So just something to think about, I guess.
I wasn't expecting that, to be fair. That's like fair enough. Maybe like the whole beef is between. Have you seen that meme saying like, I'm convinced that McLaren is trying to sabotage Oscar, but I can't quite prove why.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look at them all, if you like, I have every instance here, and I have them categorized into 4 categories that has to do with like what happened, and then categories in who it benefited, and a lot of them benefited Lando. Lando has definitely gotten more. I don't know if you would call it luck or preferential treatment, but all of these papaya rules instances, for the most part, have benefited Lando. But I do think a notable comparison to what happened in Singapore is Monza 2024, which did we say that before we started recording?
No, we didn't. But
Was that now? After we started recording? I swear I said Monza 20.
you mentioned 2025, but you didn't mention 2024.
No, Monza 2024, when they held the 1-2 into the first chicane, and then Oscar throws that. Oh no, I was talking with someone else about this today. Oscar throws the crazy move into the second chicane and overtakes Lando, and that was a risky move.
Yeah.
Granted, there was no contact, but Lando didn't ask for the position back, and Oscar got to keep it. I feel like that is the closest parallel you can draw to Singapore, in the sense that it was just a racing incident. People glazed Oscar Piastri for that overtake in Monza, which is valid because it was really good.
Good overtake, yeah.
And Lando's overtake, while it wasn't as pretty, like he made contact, ultimately didn't damage anybody's car but his, but now it's like, that's reckless. That's aggressive.
Yeah.
And I have said this before, and I will be completely transparent. I'm a McLaren fan that favors Lando Norris, but it makes me more mad than anything seeing the double standards and the hypocrisy. Like I would, if Oscar was beating Lando like on merit, which he is currently, that's fine. Like that's a different story. But when people, I just fall for the rage bait, dude. I just fall for the rage bait.
So bad.
It's so bad. I can't control it because I'm just like, there's so much hypocrisy here. It drives me insane. And it's
funny.
It is funny, but it just there are people out there who genuinely despise Lando Norris and they don't even know why.
I find it so funny that like since the beginning of Backmarkers podcast, right? The roles have switched completely. It started off being
I'm the delusional one now.
Yeah, I started off getting so angry and so pissed and just so like feeding into the rage bait so much. Whilst you were so like at peace and like tranquil and you just let the drivers drive. Somehow this has happened because, you know, your team's on top, right? You've got all the reason in the world to like celebrate. You literally just won the Constructors' Championship.
Okay, but have you looked at the McLaren comment sections right now? Nobody could give a fuck if they won the Constructors' Championship.
But still, you've still got the best car. You've got the fastest. No, I'm not going to finish that sentence. You've got decent drivers in a fast car, okay? Whereas Ferrari is just shit, and we've just got worse and worse and worse. And somehow I've just got more calmer and calmer.
Well, yeah,
because
it's
making peace
the
of it.
Stages of grief. You've accepted. You have
now
moved into acceptance. You're at the final stage of Ferrari grief. So
this is going to deserve
congratulations.
This is going to deserve a graphic for the Instagram.
Yeah.
Zainsul has entered acceptance.
But now it's McLaren who is just in this mess. And I'm hoping for the rest of the season we can just watch them race and see who wins. And it's not going to be like that because people are going to – I hope you know, regardless of who wins this championship, people are going to invalidate it. If it's Max, that's a different story. But if Oscar wins, people are going to invalidate it. If Lando wins, people are going to invalidate it a lot. More so if Lando wins it. But it's a lose-lose situation. So yeah, it's a mess. Anyways, do you want to jump into something that's not McLaren? Because oh my god,
we've been yapping for a minute about McLaren.
We have. So
let's go to the other M, Mercedes. Right, they low-key just won a race. I don't know if you saw that, but Mercedes just won a race.
They did.
Okay? And they were fast and they were decent. Okay. Yeah. Russell, he pulled down everybody's trousers and just smacked their asses, right? He didn't really do much, to be honest. He literally just got a good start and just stayed there.
He what?
He just won, didn't he?
No. Well, before that, what did you say?
How he got a good start?
No. Something about trousers. What was that part?
Oh, he just pulled everyone's trousers down and just smacked their ass. Just didn't give a shit.
What? Do you say that overseas? Is that like a normal thing to say? I don't want to generalize your culture. Your culture is not my costume, but is that something that people say over there?
I don't know. I think we just make it up as we go. You can literally say anything and it can make sense.
Well, the review at the beginning of the episode did say that they missed when we were gay, so you can keep on making these analogies. I'm sure people love it.
Yeah, maybe I'm just feeding into it. Maybe I'm just giving people what they want. But anyway, George
George Russell won the
Russell,
race.
Yeah. He just low-key won. So yeah, I see the question that you put is Mercedes back?
Yeah, I want to hear your
Mercedes
answer to
got
this
back?
because the bullet point, 2 bullet points below that is kind of the same question.
You know what? Mercedes have leapfrogged a little bit. They've definitely, got themselves up the pack a little bit in terms of pace. I mean, they were already faster than Ferrari before this weekend, but this weekend they've really proved that, they mean business, okay? However, if they get any more than one win by the end of the season, I'll be surprised. I'm not saying it's a one-off, but it was on merit. Does that make sense? It was
That's
sort of just like
kind of I agree because
yeah,
like
Like, it
they
could
won in
happen,
Canada too, and then they were
Yeah.
terrible for the next 2 months. Not terrible, but
Yeah.
like nowhere near winning a race. So I don't really know how Mercedes does this. It really must be nice having a team that has no controversy other than your driver's contract that is gonna get signed. That's the only worry in Mercedes fans' entire worlds right now. And you get a race win every couple months. Like if you in 2022, early 2023, if you would have offered me no drama and a couple race wins every month or a race win every couple months for McLaren, that would have been amazing.
yeah,
It would have been great. And
must be nice.
it must be nice, really, because they never. I mean, they have bad moments for sure, like Kimi Antonelli doing some dumb shit or whatever. But that team is just so at peace right now, and it must be nice. It really must be nice.
Yeah. Do you think that Roscoe will do like a live stream on it at his funeral on like the Instagram page?
I'm very sad that Roscoe died,
Yeah.
and I don't want anyone to lose that fact. However, that Instagram page was a disgrace to the world. Lewis, you are too old and you have too much swag to be typing like that. It's very millennial, and I understand that you are one of those. But Roscoe's Instagram is a very valuable lesson in oversharing to the public. And it was not cool. And I was saying this while he was alive, so don't come at me saying, oh, you're disrespecting Roscoe. I've always loved Roscoe. I've always hated the Instagram account. Just don't type in like ooh woo fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's weird.
I agree on that case. I mean, with the whole Roscoe thing, when it was happening, I was thinking like, oh, that's actually like really sad. Like,
Yeah, I was
obviously
very sad.
Yeah, like you wouldn't wish that upon anyone. And what made me like suffer even more from it was seeing like how badly affected Lewis was. Like, do you see like the whole paragraph that he wrote about it?
Yeah.
I was like, damn, like,
Yeah, I mean that's his dog. Like it's that's a
his
horrible
son.
thing to go through.
That's his son, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, shout out Roscoe.
Shout out to Roscoe. Rest in peace.
Hope to play with you one day.
So with that being said, let's get into the George Russell quote of the week. I actually don't know if we got a quote because he wasn't very vocal this weekend, but his actions spoke louder than 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Because he posted his feet on Instagram after he won the race. That could be our George Russell quote of the week, our George Russell moment of the week, if you must.
Yeah.
But we did get the T-pose after the race.
Iconic.
It is. I like it a lot now. I wish
like it. I
F1
find it
drivers had more celebrations like that, like just
Yeah.
a shtick. People need more shticks.
Yeah, exactly.
And George
Did you
Russell
see-
has embraced the T-pose.
Did you see the TikTok of them fans meeting George before the race, and he was like taking selfies with them, and they said to him, "Oh yeah, George, don't crash," and he like turned around, and he said, "Oh, I can't remember what he said, something like, okay, thanks." Like just a way of saying it was really funny.
Okay, thanks. That's so ridiculous.
But yeah, in terms of quotes, we didn't get much. If anything, we got like another good all-time Alonso quote.
Oh, we got so many Alonso quotes, but I saw Joe's video after qualifying, and she was like, I was expecting a stupid George Russell quote. or just like a funny one, and we got nothing. And if that's how I knew that I didn't miss anything, because Joe said that he didn't say anything funny.
Yeah.
And she's like the #1 George Russell fan in the world.
Exactly. But to be fair though, because I was keeping an eye on him after the race, and I really wanted him to get a podium before the weekend anyway, because I think I even like mentioned this previously on the podcast, that in last season's Drive to Survive episode, at the end of Singapore, George Russell, he finished like not in the top 3, and we went down into like his caravan, whatever, to cool down. He was like having a panic attack, and I was thinking like, shit, I want to see this guy like
in the cool down room,
face the media, and he was just dying the whole time. Like, I don't know if you saw when they was, first of all, they were bastards, because they made all 3 of them, Verstappen, Norris, and Russell, all stand in a line together and do their interviews at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
At the end, like usually there's just like one, in the meantime the other 2 sort of like cool down. Yeah, George Russell, when they was interviewing Norris, I don't know if you saw, bro, Loki just sat on the floor. He was like, I can't do this anymore, and just sat on the floor.
Yeah, that was so stupid. I don't know why they did that. Coulthard was like, yeah, it's actually like for your benefit, because then we can be done faster and you can go cool down. I was like, okay, dude, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
But so we've talked about Norris, talked about Russell. There's one spot on the podium left, and that was Mr. Maximilian Verstappen coming out of the wins at Baku and Monza, low downforce, comes and balls out at Singapore. Big implications there. Do we think he can win the championship?
Now this has got me thinking.
That's never a good sign.
Because the rational part of me, actually no, not even the rational part of me, the boring side of me, okay, is saying no, and also the sort of the loser complex that I have in me, because all the teams that I support in any sport are just shit. So I've learned not to hope for anything. I've learned to have zero aspirations in sport. So that side of me is telling me like, he ain't gonna do anything. He's gonna get my hopes up, think, oh, maybe he could get another win, and it's just not gonna happen. However, the other side of me is saying this guy he's just him. He is just him.
He is him.
Like, he's just so good. Like, he could literally get into Q3 in my car that I drive. And I drive a Vauxhall Corsa, nothing fast. 1.2 litre engine as well. He'd get that into Q3. So, like, I wouldn't put it past him. He's got, if anyone on the grid could do it, it's him.
That is true. That is a very good point. If anyone on the grid could do it, it would be him. However, I think there's absolutely no fucking way. And I am so confident that I said in my comment section like last week or something, I said if Max wins the championship, I will get a Christian Horner tattoo on my ass. I will do it. If Max wins the championship, big asterisk there. I'm not going to get his face. I'll get something. I'll get his signature on my ass. I don't know. That might be worse.
Yeah, because that looks like he's actually signed your ass as well, and then you just got it tattooed straight away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I really don't know. I am very confident that Max Verstappen will not win this championship, but I did promise someone in my comment section that I would get a Christian Horner tattoo on my ass if they won, or if he won, excuse me. And I will hold myself to that. Maybe bend the rules a little bit, but I will do it. And I'm not backing down from that because I'm not a bitch. And I think Max Verstappen is not going to win. The Red Bull is very fast, but this deficit is unreal. People don't realize how difficult it is to make up, was it now 60 points? Did he take 9 out of Piastri today? Or it had to have been less. Or yesterday. It's Monday.
Wasn't he on?
It was
7. 6, 7. I don't know.
So it was Max got second, 18 points. He took 7 or 6. He took 6 points out of Piastri. So the gap is down to 63, I believe, because I'm pretty sure it was 69 before Singapore. Damn. The numbers are just getting mad praise right now. We got 6, 7, and 69 in the same sentence. Let's go. But yeah, So he's 63 points off of Piastri. I think
Russell's number.
Lando was around 69 going into Singapore last year, theoretically. The same amount of races were left.
Yeah.
And Lando did not get even close. And even if Max goes and wins races, if McLaren can consistently be second and third, then it doesn't matter. Because everyone was like, oh, like before Singapore, that graphic fucking pissed me off. It was like, if Verstappen wins every race and then Lando Norris gets second in every race and then Piastri gets third in every race, I was like, what are we doing here, guys? Like, that is the stupidest. Why are we even making this comparison? It points out nothing. There's no point. But now, Verstappen didn't win a race in Singapore, so he didn't get that swing. So that's like out the door. And there's just going to be more and more increasingly crazy mental gymnastics to keep Verstappen in the fight the more races go on.
Yeah, it's going to get worse and worse.
I think eventually people will give up, but I would say people won't give up until, I'm going to say, after Qatar. I don't think Max will mathematically be in the championship in Abu Dhabi. There is no chance.
Yeah.
Because he will probably, I would assume he'll win in Vegas. I would, if I had a betting sponsor, I'd tell you to put money on that. But, yeah, I think McLaren's going to very handedly win Qatar, and it'll be Oscar v. Lando in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as Verstappen gets a bad result, then I think people are going to stop.
It's
over.
over.
Then people are going to stop the hype.
The second
if he
finishes outside
P5,
the top 5, yeah, that's his. It's gone. There's no way unless both McLarens DNF, which is low key possible now that the gloves are off. It's if the McLarens don't DNF, Max will not win the championship.
Yeah,
that is my take on that. So, next bullet point. Enough talking about the championship. The TV broadcast for the Singapore Grand Prix, because holy fuck, it was run by elementary schoolers. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Primary school, is that what you call it?
Primary schoolers.
Primary, yeah.
Why do you know that? Why do you know so much about primary school age kids in the UK?
Why are you trying to make this weird? What I know what it's called.
I'm not the one talking about kids over here.
I'm saying, dude. Okay. You know what? If you want to talk, then just talk. Maybe I'll just shut up and sit back in my chair if you feel so behooved to stop me from talking about the broadcast.
I've got one point to make about the broadcast. Like, one thing that I've noticed this year in particular is there's been so much coverage and saturation of the girlfriends and wives of Formula One drivers more than the actual Formula One drivers themselves, it seems like at some points. Like, let's say, I don't know, Leclerc is just driving, right? And he's going up to like a sit corner and then just pans to his girlfriend. Like, fair enough, like whatever, okay, cool. She's there supporting him. Realistically, I don't really give a shit. Like, don't get me wrong, like I don't swing that way, right? Like obviously I'm attracted to women. So I don't know what I'm saying, like obviously. Anyway, I don't know what sort of like hole I'm digging myself in right here.
Yeah,
but,
you're digging in a lot of holes, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sort of like say it. And I'm gonna okay. Let me just rephrase this.
Why don't you just make your point?
Let me just rephrase this, and I'm just gonna sort of like make a disclaimer and just say at the beginning, no homo, but like I obviously fancy girls, but when I'm watching Formula One, I just do want to see like sweaty men just going at it. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm interested. I pay for Sky Sports. Actually, I don't. I just use my uncle's account. But I tune into Formula One to see races. Like if I wanted to see girlfriends and wives of Formula One drivers, I could just look them up on Instagram. Realistically, like and see, oh, Ocon's girlfriend was there this weekend. Oh, Lando Norris's girlfriend was there this weekend. I don't really need to be seeing that when I'm trying to get into the race. That's my
They're
point.
interrupting your sweaty dudes,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
and I'm the weird one. Anyways, yeah, we have a whole list of things that the broadcast missed today. Or, yeah, I keep thinking today.
Yeah.
But
literally
it was yesterday. So signs going
time
from
this comes
18th
out.
to 10th. That was all missed. We missed. So they showed a bunch of overtakes after they'd happened, and nobody even knew that they'd happened.
Yeah.
Behrman dive bombed, I believe, Alex Albon into the Max Verstappen impeding chicane.
Yeah.
Antonelli sent one on Leclerc that was really nice. Won't lie, he cooked your boy. But then they missed Bortoletto getting damaged. We had no idea that even happened.
I didn't see that.
Loose tire in the pit lane, which I don't know.
I
don't
see
think
that.
you did.
Wait, the steak one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that on the broadcast?
That. Yeah, look, it was.
Really?
It might have been a replay though.
Dude, I was watching the entire broadcast and I didn't see it, but I saw it in the closing montage. You know, I don't know if they have that for Sky Sports, but on F1 TV,
actually, yeah, they do.
When the broadcast wraps up, it's like dun dun dun, and it's like all these little short clips from the race.
They do, but I'm usually raging at that point. I've turned the TV off a long time ago.
That's fair. That's very fair. I do it for the content, man. You don't want to miss anything.
Yeah, fair enough, man.
But yeah, we missed. I guess we didn't miss the loose tire, and then we had Lewis's brakes situation, where he was cutting corners for the last like 3 laps of the race, and we didn't see a single second of it. We saw his brake burn up once, and that was it. And then him and Fernando like going at it on the last lap. Didn't get to see any of that because we got to see them zooming in on Oscar Piastri's car.
Brown.
And Zach. Yeah, true. No, it was
Brown
fucking the McLaren pit wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
But one thing that it did catch though, like one good thing about the broadcast it did catch this weekend, like straight as it happened, was Hulkenberg. Like
I was about to say Hulkenberg's spin
backing up into.
They were right on that. That was like the George Russell hard cut at Silverstone to him spinning.
Yeah.
It just hard cut to Nico Hulkenberg like flying right past the camera. That was funny.
He should not be going that way. But yeah,
low-key a crazy save. He locked.
Yeah.
I thought he was bound to go into whoever was in front of him, but he somehow didn't.
Exactly. Big respect for Hulkenberg this weekend. Finished P20 as well and managed to save the car.
Oh, poor guy. Oh, jeez. Yeah. That's about all that we've got. This race was very uneventful. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
what?
In my opinion, Singapore would be such a sick race, such a sick circuit to drive at, like just on your ones, just by yourself, at night.
Just like.
I feel like.
More so than any other track, like you would want to drive Singapore?
Yeah. I'm thinking Spa, Austria, and Singapore would be my ideal commute to work. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like some mountainous back roads, and then you get into the city.
Yeah, exactly.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other news off the dome. Like I have been talking about papaya rules. Trying to make a video on the timeline of that. I'm actually working on a survey right now about F1 merch. So I'm gonna drill you with these questions real quick, just to and follow along and leave your responses in the comments to the beautiful audience. Question number 1. On a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to buy or genuinely consider buying F1 merch? Of any type. It can be vintage, it can be official, it can be like collabs, whatever.
0.
You do not want to buy F1 merch.
I'd like to, but I know that the people, when my birthday and Christmas comes around, nobody has any idea what to get me. So they think, oh, what is Zane like? Oh, he likes Formula 1. Let's get him a load of Formula 1 stuff. And that's it for me.
I'm not. But
Plus,
are you gonna buy F1 merch of any kind?
no,
You wouldn't even
no.
buy a vintage Ferrari jacket if it was real.
I wouldn't. No, I don't really spend my money on that. If anything, I'd accept gifts of them. You know what I mean? I got gifted some Alpine stuff the other day, which was pretty cool.
That's not cool at all, if you ask me. But, anyways, so have you ever bought F1 merch with your own money?
Yes, yes.
What type? Was it official team or driver merch, vintage merch, or collab merch from a store like PacSun or Abercrombie or whatever?
It was official.
Official? Okay.
Yeah.
If you have bought F1 merch, what factor was most important? Representing your favorite team? Is that it?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you there.
Okay. Yeah. The options are representing my favorite team, making sure I can still wear it with multiple everyday outfits, exclusivity, I just want to look cool and racing merch is cool, or pricing. All right. Next question. Would you buy vintage or vintage looking F1 merch over official team / driver wear, not factoring in pricing?
Yeah, yeah.
In your opinion, what would be the best way to improve official driver / team merch?
Make them more like less workwear and more style wear. You know what I mean?
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm wearing a Ferrari shirt,
you don't want to look like an employee. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I can't lie, the polo shirts, they just make me look like I work for them or like I want to work for them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah.
Would you be interested in official team merch more if they did collections dedicated to their team history?
Yeah, yeah. If I feel like if I was, I mean, as a Ferrari fan, I feel like Ferrari's just always Ferrari. You know what I mean? Like
that is true.
I'm
more so talking about like, what if RB came out with Toro Rosso merch, for example?
Yeah. That's like. I was sort of thinking like Williams in my head. Like if I was a diehard Williams fan, instead of getting like what's that Williams Altician, whatever they're called now, I'd want to get like sick like Hill or Mansell stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Are there any F1 teams that do their team wear / official merch especially well? You can say none of them if you want.
No. I'm gonna say. What are they called now? Visa Cash App, but more so when they were AlphaTauri.
AlphaTauri, why?
Because they just looked cool. And it was also based on a clothing brand as well.
That is true. The team was literally a clothing brand. So
yeah.
This kind of goes hand in hand. Are there any specific F1 collabs or collections merch, obviously, that you particularly liked?
Yeah, actually, I'll give you another one. Palace and Alpine. Like, I'm not really much of like a hype beast when it comes to that kind of stuff, but it was pretty neat.
That's true. I personally, because I have this survey and I've filled it out myself, but I put the Ferrari Miami 2024 baby blue stuff, not the fake baby blue stuff that was just HP shit this year. The first one where they were trying to pretend like it wasn't just HP shit. And it was the baby blue button-down shirt and the caps. That was some of the best team merch that I've ever seen.
Yeah, W knowledge from you there, man.
Gotta get it in before the episode's over.
Yeah, I had to get it in before we close.
That's it though. I'm about to put it on my story, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like, what's the next race now after Singapore?
Austin,
Texas, baby.
Austin, Texas, baby. Like Austin, Texas, baby. Heading to Austin, land of the Cowboys. Let's fucking go, man. We're going to Austin to race Formula One cars. Isn't that awesome? That's fucking sick. I'm going to go drink a Coors Light and watch some Formula One. Because all I watch is NASCAR. I'm going to go watch these little European pansies drive these little
You was flowing. I was just letting you rock with it.
I just choked on my own spit. All right, Zane, you got the outro.
Cool. Yeah. Whilst Graham recovers, thank you guys for watching. Good to be back in the usual setup as well. Apologies for the live last time. I was just L Wi-Fi connection.
L technology, bruh.
Yeah, L technology, bro. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Follow us on the old Insta tick. If you're watching on YouTube right now, press the red button, turn it white, like.
It's a black button, I think.
Shit. Yeah, to be fair, I watched too much Logan Paul back in the day. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, comment if you like to like be included in the reviews at the beginning. Like if I'd personally feel honoured, and if you make them interesting, they'll definitely get read out as well.
You watched Logan Paul?
Let us know. Say again?
You watched Logan Paul?
Yeah.
You're a fucking NPC, dude. I swear to God. All right, thank you everybody for listening. We will catch you after the U.S. Grand Prix. That is what it's called. All right.
Yes.
Goodbye, everyone.
Cool. See ya.